Hi again then guys, and welcome to another speed build for Special Stage Route X in particular, of course, and this is one of my most popular go-to vehicles that I love to pull out in public lobbies, at least ones which of course allow race cars and Vision GTs. Now I will say, and you can see this from the title anyway, that the Hyundai is not quite as quick, at least from my experience, as some of the other Vision GTs. It's not as quick as the LM55, it's not quite as quick as the Alpine, a couple of others too, the Bugatti even. But it's not exactly slow. 283 is still more than fast enough to absolutely wipe the floor with most of the other cars in the game, and there are very few which are actually faster than that already. Now, as far as draft potential, you can still take it over 300, and as I said, I personally like to use this one quite a bit. And as far as the upgrades go, it's pretty obvious. Of course, it's top speed racing, so you need the highest possible power. I would also recommend lower weight. It improves acceleration as well, and of course reduces the understeer through the corner as well, the centrifugal effect, if you will. Traction control, I've got turned off. It is all-wheel drive after all, so you don't really need it. As far as the tyres, we've got super softs, front and back. For the suspension, I would recommend having it higher on the front, because this is one of those cars that benefits from having that. So for the front, you want it as high as possible, and then for the back, I would recommend 10mm higher than stock. Then as far as the frequency, you want that as low as possible. Likewise with the anti-roll, the compression, and the rebound on the dampers, all of those as low as you can go. I've got neutral camber. You might want to give this one a little bit of camber if you plan to spend a lot of time in the bottom of the corner, because the handling on this one, especially with the raised front end, can become a little bit unstable at the lower end of the corner, especially if you're drafting someone. It can kind of snap oversteer sometimes. Personally, I just work with that, but if you want to change it, of course you could give it a bit of camber to increase that stability. Or, of course, lower the front ride height a little bit, but you will sacrifice a little bit of speed and a little bit of acceleration if you do that. Toe angle is neutral, as we usually do. Aero is also as low as possible, the downforce setting, obviously for top end speed. As far as the diff, we've got the lowest initial torque, then the highest settings for both acceleration and braking. That's what I personally use. You don't have to do that. You could go for 560 and 5 instead of 560 and 60. And as far as the transmission, of course you want the fully customized gearbox. Then for the auto setting, 249 miles per hour is what I've gone for, with individual gears of 3.5, 2.3, 1.7, 1.3, 1025 and 820, with a final drive of 3. So that's it for what I've done. But of course what you want to see is, can it actually do 283 miles per hour in action? Well, of course, anyone who's used my tunes before knows that, yes, if that's in the title and in the thumbnail, then that's the speed that it can do. It's not quite as quick, as I said, as some of the other Vision GTs, but it's no slouch. Not at all. 283 is more than quick enough to dispatch the vast majority of other cars in the game. So if you do decide to use it, I hope you have a ton of fun with it. I know I personally love using this one, and I'm surprised that the Hyundai isn't more popular, because it's certainly not a bad car, and I personally love the look of it as well. So if you want to check out all of my other tunes, including some even quicker Vision GTs, then click here on screen for that playlist. And for now, as always, thanks for watching.